Call the order.
She gave it to me.
Okay. Pledge allegiance.
I got one of these.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Roll call. Ashley?
Yep.
Gail?
Yes.
Annette?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, I need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I have a question first.
Yes, so
Okay.
do I.
Have we figured out why the fire department and the community center are negative yet?
No, we're still working on it.
Okay,
That was one of my questions.
That's something that's been for years, so it's gonna take a minute.
okay. All right, those were my questions.
How much do meters cost?
About $200 a piece.
Piece? Are these ones that we just replace or
Yes,
that have gone bad and,
yes.
yeah?
These, the ones I just ordered,
Yeah.
it's winter, and we have a cold snap.
Some start,
People bust and freeze, and,
yeah,
yeah.
I can believe it. On these subscriptions, are these for the library? Okay, I'll talk to my wife who's on the library board, but the Des Moines Register, I assume that's a paper subscription.
Yeah,
$256, are people reading the paper?
I don't know, I'm not at the library.
Okay, I'll talk to
Because
my
those
wife.
have all been approved, I can't pay them if they're not approved.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Right, that's
pretty
nothing
expensive.
really we can do about it either. I mean, that's the library board that approves those.
Yeah,
yeah, we don't have a lot to say about
no,
that.
I just gotta pay them.
Are we done with trees now?
No,
He's here now.
he's
I
cutting.
thought I heard somebody this afternoon.
He started yesterday.
Okay. That's all I got.
Speaking of trees, wasn't Jenny supposed to have 2 taken down and there was only the one?
Well, there was 2 on that street.
Oh, I just seen
2
her
of
address
hers.
on the papers and I was like, what
Well, there's
happened?
2 on it. It had her address, because I want.
But those
it
are the
was
2
Doug
they were
Duff's
supposed to.
tree, but
Oh, okay.
it was on that street.
Okay.
I thought, uh-oh, did they take down the wrong one?
No.
Okay.
Okay, I need a motion to approve
Oh, I'll
the,
approve.
I'll second.
okay, all, okay. Ashley,
Yes.
Annette,
Yes.
Yes.
Gail. Thank you. Your turn.
Okay, I don't even need my notebook. Monthly reports are done. Bacteria and fluorides tomorrow. Water plant's good. We cleaned the clarifying tank, switched wells, and it is the flow meter. My chemical pumps run off the flow rate coming into the plant. They wouldn't let us turn our pumps down far enough. Gallons per minute coming in off our small well. Pink water in town. That's because the flow meter, which we got one ordered. As soon as it gets here, we install it. They come back and program it to the water plant. So it's ordered. It's on its way. We're back on well 4 because well 3, it was only showing 40 to 50 gallons a minute. My chemical pumps won't let me turn it down. It needs to be at least 60 gallons a minute.
What's that tell us about that well?
It tells us that flow meter is bad. The flow
Just
meter is
the
what
flow meter's
controls
bad.
it. Yes.
Okay.
The flow meters tell my chemical pumps
What to pump?
what to do.
Sure.
I can adjust up and down, but with such a low flow, I can't turn my pumps down far enough. So, but we're back on well 4 until that gets replaced, then we'll go back to the small well. Generator, radiators in, we'll be getting that put in.
You got the
probably
hoses?
tomorrow. Yep, everything. I just need 10 gallons of antifreeze. Other than that, we'll get that put in and generator should be good to go. Sewer plant's great now that we don't have like UV light maintenance twice a week, so. Streets, one plow's ready, the other one's not yet, but one day each, and they're done. Sand truck, we put it in, the conveyor motor is bad, so it's ordered. It worked fine when we put it away, so I don't know. It runs by itself, but as soon as I put the chain on and hook any pressure up to it, it says conveyor jam, but I can move it by hand, so it's not jammed. I watch it's just, it'll move by itself as soon as I hook the chain up to it won't spin.
Not enough power to
So
turn it.
it's on its way. We checked voltage and everything before we ordered a motor, and it's getting 12 volts to it, it just won't.
How old do you think that motor is?
Oh,
5
boy.
years. 5 years?
Rudolph was here,
Yeah,
Cole was mayor, one of his,
yeah, but about 5 years.
it's, yeah, at least 5 years old. Yeah. Parks are closed, we're just ready for snow. We're getting we've gotten some snow fence up. Yesterday would have been perfect, but Marcus was gone, so I didn't have. So we got some up today. All our posts are in. We're just, when there's no wind, get out there and bust it out, so.
No wind.
Yeah, just a little bit of breeze. Today was fighting
Yeah.
us, but hey, let's get it done anyway. That's all I got.
Get time, get those bids on
Will do.
the mower.
Yep.
Okay, anything else?
Tree looks good.
I noticed, is there a strand out?
Yeah.
Damn it. I noticed on the one side, I was like, I know we put more on lights than,
Yeah, there's one
it
straight
looks
out.
like there's one strand out.
Yeah, have to get some more.
Oh, I have more.
Do
We
you?
just couldn't fit them all on the tree.
Get up there and get it on.
Yeah, I'll get on.
In your
As
spare
soon as the water
talking.
plant's running fine and snow fence is up, I'll get
Yeah,
on it.
yeah. Lights are on top priority.
Next
Yep.
Christmas.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, library board, you have the notes in the
Thanks, Shannon.
community center, you got notes in the packet. Parks, nothing going on there except the trees up. Okay.
It's snowing, Jerry.
Wash your mouth out with soap.
Pretty snow.
Such a
You pain. Okay. We were talking about the parks up there, the gazebo, maybe getting a tree to plant in there so we don't have to go around chasing down, cutting down a tree year after year.
You could,
I mean,
until it doesn't wanna cooperate and you gotta cut it down.
yeah, we'll be all buried out booty by that time.
Chad's defense with that was, none of us will be here for that.
You're right,
That's somebody else's problem.
yeah. Okay. Business items,
I think
Charles
we have
Gunn.
next year's tree already, don't we?
Huh?
Yeah, we have one
We
left.
have one left.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll worry about that next year.
yeah.
All right.
Okay, Charles Gunn. Lien amount discussed, approve. You wanna,
Yeah, I guess basically what we had offered him the 50% discount before, but they said no dice. They put a call into the ombudsman's office, with the state, which they're responsible for investigating municipalities and other agencies and making sure that, they're servicing our taxpayers appropriately. So, they went through the code 38484. There wasn't anything there that had a statute of limitations for these older, utility bills. But they did kind of raise a question. They're able to look into things if they're potentially unreasonable, so that was kind of their angle, was that 3 years, 4 years on some of these bills could be unreasonable. So that was their position. They encouraged the Guns to reach out to us to negotiate an amount. Otherwise, they were probably going to look into it, is what they told me. So that's all pretty informal.
How much does he owe us?
I don't have the total now offhand.
It's not even in there either. I'll get my calculator out here.
That's a good call.
Are these all his?
There's a bunch of rental properties. So
Is
there
this
should
all
be-
his
Is
on
this
our
all
page?
his?
Reynolds,
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
So the account holder is on
Gotcha,
the
gotcha.
left, and then they're the owner of the property, the deed owner.
Oh, this is his stuff here.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, I don't think
I'm
there's
okay.
lines and stuff.
19, 20. So, oh. $1,102.02.
$1,100 and what?
$1,102.02.
That's pre
Is it-
50%?
Yes.
Okay.
That's before the half?
Yeah,
Okay.
Well, we'll give the half to who last time?
Craig.
correct.
Craig. I'd say if he pays it before the first of the year, I wouldn't have any problems.
Their complaint is that these are older accounts, and it is not their fault that we didn't have the proper legal guidance to take care of this because when I first started, this was one of my main projects, and it didn't go anywhere with our latest lawyer. So, and then that's not their fault.
No,
Um,
but I think they want it for, just drop it, no
Yeah.
money.
Initially, yes, that's what they want to do. I don't agree with that at all.
I guess I could explain the other part of it. They referenced the debt offset or set off program, which is now back under the Iowa Department of Revenue. So basically, you would file a claim there, and then any gambling winnings, refunds, anything that's paid out by a state agency that's part of this program would try to match it up with this debt that's certified. So that was an option that they presented. However, I don't think we would have social security numbers for any of these folks, and we don't have an address, otherwise we would be sending the notice and trying to certify against that address. So that's kind of the issue there. So an option moving forward, but that's not going to help us on this situation. So, but I think that was their position, was they wanted us to try to get the money from the debt offset before doing this.
So what does it cost the city to try to go through the debt offset?
I think there's like a small fee, but like I said, I don't think we'd be able to use it in this situation because we
Right,
don't have
'cause
the
we don't
social
have the
security
stuff.
numbers.
We don't have anything
yeah.
that work.
Right.
No, you need the social security number to put that account in there. I think if we collect that in the future, that's something we could pursue, but we also talked about just increasing the amount of the deposit and then being on top of this. So, you know, if we do this at least annually, I don't think it'd be an issue.
I think we should go half. I mean, that's what we did with Craig. Go a half.
But we already offered that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he refused it.
Refused it.
Well, the oldest one here is 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if we removed the oldest ones, that drops it, I think, more than half. But it seemed like their position was they don't want to pay anything again.
Right.
I wouldn't pay anything.
Yeah, so I guess my advice would be whether or not the city, or I guess my consideration would be whether or not we want to
Excuse me.
kind of raise the ire of the ombudsman and have them come in and do an investigation, potentially, I mean, that was kind of their vague threat,
Yeah.
you know, so.
So, but do you think they would accept if we dropped the 21, 22 for Dakota Michelson and then offered him half on the remainder?
I mean, I think it'd help. I mean, their advice to the guns, from what I understand, was to try to negotiate something.
They don't want us to just drop it, do they?
Only to love if we just drop it, forget about it.
Yeah, if we dropped it entirely, I don't think there'd be an issue, except for other folks that maybe you gotta weigh that they paid and they might be upset.
Trickle
Right.
down effect.
But you kind of, I mean, I would say you have to weigh them a little bit individually.
What do you think, group? I don't want to set a precedent that we're just going to drop bills
No.
because
Yeah.
somebody, a squeaky wheel creep.
Already sent lien on one property.
Right, and if we're already doing that, if we're already setting liens against properties, we can't just drop it and not do anything.
Yep. I would say.
Cause that looks like we're doing favoritism on some people and not on the others.
Correct.
And we already accepted half from Craig, who does a lot of business for Scranton. And he has a lot of rentals and what have you.
I'm okay with dropping the 21, 22 because that's a
Right.
long time ago.
Right, if their issue is that that one was too long ago, then, okay.
I'm okay with just dropping that, but not the others. Because my hunch is he knows where these people are.
So,
Have we already tried to go after the people themselves and we just
I
can't
can't
find
find
them?
them. No, I
You
can't, I
can't
can't go
find
after
them.
people I can't,
So we
yeah.
sent
Right,
to
and
the
we just
last known
can't find 'em.
address,
Yeah.
looked on Iowa Land Records, looked on
Yeah.
Iowa Courts Online, looked on
Right.
Beacon, you know.
I thought that that's, we've already,
Well, I was contacted by the bottom person,
okay,
Van Tiger?
yes, and the top one is her sister. So she called me just a couple weeks ago and said, okay, I wanna set up a payment plan, but I wanna talk to my sister first. Haven't heard hide nor hair from either one of them since. Cause I was willing to do that.
right,
Is do a payment plan.
Sure.
You wanna do that? Sure, I can work with you, but I haven't heard from them since,
right.
so,
Does it give any information?
no.
Just phone
She says, I'll call you back tomorrow. I will set up a payment plan. Sounded promising, and then nothing.
I wonder
Right.
if the guns reach out to them, then maybe.
Well, she said she had talked to
Okay.
Charles's wife. So,
Do you
that's
think,
why she was wanting to negotiate, doing a
Mhm.
payment plan, and then I hadn't heard anything.
do you think the guns would be willing to give us the contact information for them?
Possibly.
It could be
I
that
mean,
if we
they'd be
could,
willing to work with us on that to track it down, we can still go after the account holder.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
okay with that.
well, and that's the thing, if we can track them down, I'd much rather go after them. They're the
Oh,
ones that
100%.
actually did it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I didn't
So-
know that they had contact, so yeah, I didn't.
If you can get a hold of the gun guy and say, listen, if you can get me a hold of these people, we'll go after them and we'll leave you alone for the amount, you
Well,
know what I
here's
mean?
my other issue with the bottom one is, I was looking back through letters, and I had sent her a letter in 2022.
Okay. For certification?
Yes.
Okay.
For not, cause she moved out and her sister moved in, and she left this big bill.
Okay.
So I had reached out to her, so they had been in contact, and she did know about it in 2022.
Right,
So,
well, and even if you offer, hey, pay half of it and, you know, whatever you have to do to get it done. But if you get a hold of him and just say, hey, if you could help us get a hold of these people, then you're not on the hook for it.
well, I mean, they are
He is
until
on
it
the
gets
hook
paid
for it.
off.
Right, until
Yeah.
it gets paid off, but then,
Ultimately,
but then, I mean, if he can get us in contact with these people,
Yeah,
if there's a way that we can put a lien against something that they have,
Yeah, so,
then,
yeah, we could put a lien against any other property in the state. The problem is if you're a tenant, most likely you might still be a
Right.
tenant,
Right.
if you're even in the state. But, yeah, if they could, provide us with a current address, we can definitely look that up and see if they own that, and then see that. I mean, there was a couple folks on here that we, they moved from one property, but then bought another, moved into another, and we were able to, put them on the list for that.
And they paid.
Well, let's,
I mean, yes, I think we should decide what we wanna do, and then put this bottom one and see if we can't get in contact with her, and see if we can set something up, otherwise, this is what the guns are going to be.
okay.
Cause we can't sit around and wait
Forever.
for her to
Right.
call us and make a plan, cause it's been already 2 weeks past.
right.
Yeah,
Or we
people
get
don't call
in
'cause
touch
they
with them
wanna
and
pay
they
money.
make a payment plan or something and then not follow through with
That's what
it.
yeah.
Right, that too.
So I think we should come up with a solid plan, and I'll tell the guns what we decided. But if these don't reach out, then you guys we're gonna, you're gonna have to pay it or have a lien.
Yeah, I mean, and, landlords would have the ability to seek collection then from the tenants, for that amount most of the time. If they have a lease agreement, it would say in there that any special liens, anything like that against the property would be the responsibility of the tenant. I think, yeah, part of the problem is just the delay in time here, that they didn't know, maybe.
And the guns have since then came up and filled out our new
Nice.
lien
Good.
papers.
Yeah.
That way, with any tenants they have right now, they are not.
So what happens if we tell the guns that we get rid of the Dakota one? And then they have to pay half for the rest,
Which
And
is
they-
$336.65.
Mhm.
and they pay it, but then Jamie comes in and pays, like sets up a payment plan, then what? Then do you have to then give that money back to guns?
I mean, yeah, we can credit it, or I mean, if they're gonna pay this, I'll even give the guns a little time so we can reach out to, or they can give us a contact for her. But I'm not gonna give her another 2 weeks before I hear anything. If I
Right,
don't hear
right.
anything within 2 weeks, then
Right,
I'm
okay,
gonna
I
tell
just
them,
wanted,
you guys are gonna be held responsible and you need to pay it.
right,
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
okay.
I think you hit it right on the head there.
Yeah.
Or else.
Yeah, I think that I would be fine with that, if you got rid of the Dakota one, tell them to pay half of whatever's left, and then see if they can help us get into contact with any of the 3 that are left, or 4, I don't care which. And if they end up paying after we get in contact with them, then we'll pay them back
Yeah, we'll
whatever
reimburse.
they
Sure.
pay us. That way, it gives them incentive to help us get in contact with them.
But I'm wondering, when that lady talked to guns, the gun says, let them hang out to dry. It's been too long.
Oh, I don't know. I don't
I'm
know.
not sure, yeah. I mean,
I don't
it seemed
know
like
what
the,
that conversation did.
their position was that reaching a negotiation would be in the best interest of everyone. I explained that it's, former council, I think there was some miscommunication there, and so I said it's moving forward, this is taken care of. We're not gonna keep going after people, this is to clear the books, and then
Yes.
it'll be good going forward, and I think they appreciated that, but, they were definitely concerned about the 3 years, going
Yeah.
after someone,
Sure.
for a bunch of tenants' responsibilities.
I'm talking.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's
I
what we
think
should
I'd be
do.
okay with that.
Let them pay half the net, the.
Do you need a
3.
motion for that?
I need a motion
Yeah,
for
I
that.
will, yeah.
I will make a motion for all that I just said.
Let's repeat it so
Yeah.
everybody knows.
All right, I would make a motion to get rid of the Dakota Michelson. And then charge them for the remaining for Jenny Coyle, Wayne Royer, and Jamie Van Tiger. And then get a hold of the guns and see if they can help us get in contact with either 4 of them. And if they can, and we can get a hold of them, get them on a payment plan, or get them to pay, then that money will come back to them, of course, except for the Dakota Michelson, Cause if we get the Dakota Michelson to pay,
Thank you, Jerry.
then seeing as they didn't pay for the Dakota Michelson, it would just come back to the city, of course. But that way it gives them the chance to win some and us win some and lose some as well.
So these are all Guns properties,
Yes.
Correct.
and he doesn't want to do the half and half?
No.
Okay.
And then he went to the state.
Yeah.
Yeah, ombudsman.
Ombudsman.
Can't say that, yeah.
Lord, have I had enough of that in the jail. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, I had a motion by Ashley, I need a second.
I'll second.
Okay, okay. Ashley?
Yep.
Annette?
Yep.
Dale?
Yes.
Okay. And Nikki?
Yes.
Okay.
Crystal, will
Sorry.
you need help with that, contacting them, or, okay.
We'll send them formal letters. Yeah, probably let's try to call
It
them
seems
first.
like after
Yeah,
we
they've
had
been really
contacted
reasonable
them,
on the phone.
they then
So they've never gotten
had been
irate
in
with me,
contact
so
with
yeah,
all
I'd
of
like
these
to call
people.
them.
Okay.
Oh,
So
I was
it
talking
just
about these.
seems
Oh, yeah.
logical
well, I'm
if
gonna
they,
call Rob
if they have
his-
contact and we don't
or,
have
Charles
contact for
Swan.
them.
Or do I send a letter?
Well, I mean, we could delay a little bit, right?
Yeah,
We could say
oh.
if they can get us the information right away, we reach out. we
Yeah,
can
that's
get
what
it
I'm gonna
till
explain to him.
The end of
what
the
we
year, but,
decided
you know,
here.
the
Yes.
council's decided, so before the next meeting, we'll
Yep.
probably certify these.
Yep.
I think is that approach.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and yeah, and if you can get them set up on a payment plan,
It's better than nothing.
It's a
That
win-win
would
for
be-
the city and a win-win for the guns,
right,
so.
I think you guys are seeing things through rosy glasses. I don't think that we will ever get a dime out of a payment plan from somebody who owes something that they haven't paid on for 2 years.
But can't we put a lien?
That's,
We have
Okay,
to
that-
Yeah.
find
If-
On the
Can't
guns,
find
but
them.
no,
If
not
they
the
have
people's
home property.
fault.
and if
Sure.
they own property, but like he said, the fact that they were tenants, they would
That
probably,
puts a
they
damper.
most
they're
likely.
liable for it.
For,
Sure.
for all these
Sure.
account
I
think
holders,
this
I've looked
one
in Green County.
bought a
to
house
see if they
somewhere.
own- Yeah, yeah.
Well,
But
and
I'm
if,
not positive.
if they did buy a house, then we could put a lien on the
And
house.
he's looked into all that,
Yeah, but if you know, if I might have missed it or something, you know, and not every county is on Beacon,
And
so if
maybe
they bought
she
something in
didn't.
Carroll
That's
County, that's
true.
an entirely different system,
that-
and
yeah.
it's
Her
a
boyfriend or
payment
something,
service through there.
maybe.
I know a lot of people that do that, that put it in somebody else's name, so then they can't go back and take it.
Yeah,
Okay,
well, we can do our best.
okay. Need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Second,
I'll second.
okay, Ashley,
Yep.
Annette,
Yep.
Nikki,
Yes.
Dale,
Yes.
okay, thank you.
Sorry, guys, I was not planning on being that late.
Not a problem.
The officer brought me another inmate right when I was getting
Have a
ready to leave.
nice
I'm like,
Christmas.
You also as well, and too.
You work at the jail?
Oh,
I told,
Yay.
You're a jailer?
yeah.
Oh, I couldn't do it.
I did it in Kentucky and it was a lot worse because I had 57 inmates and now I can only have 8.
Anything more on the B-man at all?
I saw them over Thanksgiving break.
Yeah, they were here.
Yeah, I don't particularly, I mean, like, right now, I've got my ex-husband's cousin in there and I've got, you know,
I haven't lost.
I mean, like, I know
vehicle's still
everyone,
over there and
but,
locked down.
I'm pretty good to
Vehicle.
them.
The little carts.
And when they're not-
Trailer,
They're still there. huh?
Yeah.
Good to me,
They're
like,
gonna-
I had
they
Wimpy
should
in
be
here,
going out of
in
there
there.
by
They
now.
You
should
know,
be going up for the tax sale.
you know
or
Mel.
For the sale.
across
So-
from
This might work in
Scranton.
our favor if
Yeah.
we come back in the
So
spring
I had
and
him.
knock out all that
And, he got,
weeds and stuff, cause everything's
He
dying
got the
off,
wrath
so
of
it
it.
should be easier.
and he was warned,
Maintenance than when it's.
Mark's like, dude, I've
in
seen her
full
mad.
bloom.
Take a
but he
match.
thought cause
I
I was a
told
woman,
you.
he was gonna piss
It'll
on
be
the
a
floor.
controlled burn with the fire
No, they,
department.
Yeah.
yeah, I've been doing that to
Just
others.
keep running water on the building so
I
it doesn't
said-
catch
and-
fire,
and
but
he
let
only
everything else
waited 2
burn.
minutes, and it's cause he didn't wanna
Probably
be
gonna
in
send
Just
another
kidding, we won't do
email.
that.
You know,
Probably
I
gonna
said,
send
"Dude,
we're not
another
doing
email.
that.
Fucking minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the
And
first
you
just
can't
gonna
person,
be
wait 2
6
minutes,
months.
I am not
It's
sure.
Yeah.
spring, you
Maid
know,
service.
so,
Yeah, it was
if there's
ugly.
snow removal problems.
So he yelled at me,
It'd be
I was
nice
like,
to
okay.
round up
Not
a few
really.
spots
Yeah.
around the building.
Well, around the poles and, yeah.
The next shift, it was a
It just
male,
cleaned
and
up
he
and-
put him
But
right
there's
back
a
in the
lot
cell
more.
and didn't get an argument. I said, oh, we
I think
will
there's
not.
more weeds and stuff than there is junk in the yards.
Yeah,
So-
there's just a few pallets and that.
I don't
Yeah.
like the
In the
days.
south end of the
We can
building.
get that
I'm,
looking
I'm really anxious to
good,
get
and
on
we'll
the
help
day
him
shift.
sell it, see?
Well,
The day
that's
shift.
true.
It's a win-win
Yeah,
for
well,
him.
The day
I
shift,
know
you gotta
two
go to the
people that
hospital 3
buy
times
it.
and get the meals, which I don't
So-
mind
Yeah.
doing.
cheaper to
It's
do it on
just
your
that,
And have the city do it.
I know two people like to buy.
serve
it.
their meals, serve their meds.
The telephone
At a
office
reasonable
does it.
price.
When
The
they're
telephone
awake,
office
the,
does
Telephone
it.
office.
like the
Yeah,
three
he
that are in the
wants it
daytime,
bad.
I know.
you
It would
talk
fit for
about,
them perfect.
Yeah.
they want you to run, and I'm like, you're in jail.
All right, guys, I have prom at my house.
Right, this isn't hotel service.